What's up, gang? My name is Jocelyn Walker. I am here starting my first episode of my new channel called Road to Revival. This channel is simply going to be a safe space for young believers who are trying to navigate life when it be life. And I am 29 years old. I am a salon owner. I am a mom of a 6-year-old son named Wade. And I know that life can simply get hectic. And I wanted to create a safe space for other young believers, even non believers who are just trying to figure out how to navigate life when it starts to get hectic. And sometimes you just need a village to help you cultivate your purpose and your destiny. So, this is going to be that for you guys. My road to revival was not easy at all, and trust me, I'm still on the journey, but I want to be able to help others cultivate their true identity, their true purpose, their true destiny that God has ordained for them. And so I'm going to simply start by sharing my testimony with you guys. So back in 2013, I was 19 years old, and I was attending school at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And at the time, I was in a relationship. This was like somebody that I really cared about. And so, when you're young and you're in love, you're literally just wanting to be around this person no matter what. So, yeah, basically, my boyfriend at the time and another friend of ours, they arrived at 7-Eleven, and I sat in the car, and once it was over, I drove away from the scene. So basically, I was a getaway driver. And here in Michigan, no matter what the situation is, even if you didn't do the crime, you're still charged with the full crime. And so I served 2 years and 3 months in prison. However, I was sentenced to 4 years and 3 months in prison. But due to the fact that I was overscored, I was able to go back and get resentenced by the grace of God. That journey of being incarcerated at the age of 19 was extremely scary. I had no idea what I was in for. I remember when I first got there, for like the first week, I didn't say anything to anybody. Some of the other ladies were telling me, like, we thought you were crazy. And I'm like, honestly, I thought y'all were crazy, and that's why I wasn't speaking to y'all. In my head, I'm like, I'm just a kid, and I'm here with all these people who, you don't know their story, their journey. And of course, TV creates this whole narrative that people in prison are like psycho and crazy, and you should be scared because you might get shanked. And it's like, don't get me wrong, there are some crazy situations and stories that occur with the ladies in there, but ultimately, once you get to know the ladies for who they are and understand their journey on their process to being revived, that they are just normal people who simply got caught in a bad situation at a bad timing. And 9 times out of 10, the ladies that were incarcerated, a lot of our crimes involve males, which is like so crazy. But it doesn't surprise me, because most females will either be riding for their mate, or they will be in a bad situation due to a male, which I'm not bashing males. I just know, like, things can happen with females. And a lot of the ladies that I've met, they were getting in bad situations due to the fact that they were in toxic relationships, had no idea who their identity was, what their purpose was, and they had no idea whose they were and who they were. So I want to get on here and just simply share my journey with you guys. I'm going to continue to be transparent on every episode. We're going to talk about some great topics. I'm super excited because this is like a new thing for me. I've been talking about starting up a channel for a long time, but I just thought that this would be the perfect time and the perfect day. 1213 literally means everything, because after incarceration, and I'll talk about this more, after incarceration, I came home when I was 21. And I have 4 siblings. My youngest sister, she was 18 at the time, and she was so happy when I came home. That was literally my baby, guys. Like, my parents thought they had her, but literally that was my child. And so a few months after me coming home, she was shot and killed at a bowling alley. And that drastically changed the trajectory of not only my life, but my family's life as well. And when we lost Bethany, it was extremely, extremely devastating. And it was hard to cope. It was hard to figure out why God would allow this to happen. And despite it being such a tragedy, down the years, God has created ways for me and my family to use our story and use our testimony of the things that we've been through, with me being incarcerated and losing my sister at the young age of 18. We have been able to bless some other people. So that is simply what I'm here to do. So 1213 literally was like a special number to my sister. It really meant a lot to her, because when she was in a relationship, that was like her day that her and her boyfriend had got together, so that she would write 1213 all over. So now, due to her passing, every time we see 1213, it's like a remembrance of her. Every time we see purple, it's a remembrance of her. And especially when we see butterflies, it like signifies that she's sending us a message of some sort, or just comforting us, or just reassuring us that everything gonna be good. It's so hard when you lose somebody that is so close to you, and I know a lot of us have experienced that. And I went through a lot of different emotions. I think the first emotion that I felt was I felt guilt, because the night that she passed, I was supposed to go with her and our other friend, but I was in a relationship, and I was also like, I did a double that day, so I was so tired. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stay home and chill, like, I'm gonna just chill. So when it first happened, I was so upset at myself, because I'm like, I should have went. I could have prevented it, like I would have protected her. And then, like, I remember when we went through family counseling after losing her, the apostle that was counseling our family, he basically said, like, when you think like that, you're taking precedence over God. So basically, we felt like we would have played God in that circumstance. And when he broke it down like that, it's like, wow. Because there's no way that we could play God or could have prevented anything that God has already preordained or predestined. And unfortunately, despite the fact that I would have much rather for her to be here, it was in God's plan and in God's timing. And so, with that being said, I just want to comfort somebody or send some strength to somebody who may have just lost somebody, or may have lost somebody in the past, that needs someone to lean on, or needs some reassurance that this too shall pass, that the pain won't last forever. You'll always still feel heaviness. I can't lie or deny that, but God will take the sting out of it. My dad always says, over time. So I just want to send some comfort to somebody on this evening, that no matter what the pain might be, no matter what the situation might be, even with my incarceration, like, that caused a lot of pain to my family as well. And I had to just really buckle down and forgive myself. Like, a lot of the times I think we struggle with forgiving ourselves with a lot of decisions that we make, just because we know that it might have caused some long-lasting hurt, some long-lasting frustration. Because a lot of the times we make decisions impulsively, selfishly. That was my thing. Like, I didn't really care about what other people thought, which is so crazy, because like, how could I be so selfish? But by the grace of God, Lord, I thank you, because I needed to get that off of me. And now, looking back, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I no longer feel like that. I no longer operate like that. Like, we have to consider our loved ones' feelings when we're making decisions. And so, whether it was intentionally or not, someone and something is always impacted by the things that we do. So we have to keep that at the forefront of our minds and everything we do. And so when you start to move and operate and navigate like that, then it becomes easier for you to make more wise decisions. And it's not going to be easy. We all slip up. We all fall short of the glory, but it's what you do after the fact to reinvent yourself, like I did, to revive yourself, to bring yourself back to life. Because the things we do in our past, our shortcomings, that doesn't define us. We are more than a conqueror. We are the head and not the tail. God created us to be fearfully and wonderfully made. So never forget that. No matter what stage of life you're in, it gets better. It gets bigger and better. And I'm just going to tell you that simply from my own experience. I never would have thought I would have went from incarceration to restoration. And I went from literally looking for people to hire me because I have a felony on my record to now owning my own business where I am hiring under other individuals. Like, come on, God. Like, you're not playing with me. You're not playing about me. So I'm not going to continue to play with our relationship. So it's only right that on this journey to revival that we simply give him the credit, because without him we are nothing. And it's simply put like that. Like, that's all that I can say. We are nothing without him. And I will forever be grateful for the way that he has turned my life around, y'all, because, talking to my friend the other day, like, your girl was a hot mess. And we will talk about that in more episodes to come. But I was literally a hot mess, and I literally bounced to the beat of my own drum. And that is crazy. Like, that is so crazy, because it was so many people that I was impacting in a negative way. And the fact that I had no care about it, like, that's sad. That's sad to me. So, like I said, you guys, God is using this channel and using me as a vessel to help cultivate this generation in a different way, to give us a different way of thinking, to bring some realization to situations that y'all might not have looked at things in that way. So continue to bear with me. I am going to continue to be used of God no matter what. And we're going to have a good time on here. We are revivers, and we're going to continue to revive this generation and revive nations across this world, because what we do here is going to set precedence for what's happening all across the world. This is simply going to be a way for us to navigate where we've been, decide where we're going, and choose whether or not we're going to be hot or cold, because in this season, God is requesting for us and requiring us to either be for him or be against him. Times are getting crazy, and we're literally living in the end days. And I know that's hard to talk about for some of us, but when you know who you serve and the God that you serve, there's literally nothing to be afraid of. So I want you guys to journey with me on this road to revival. Continue to tap in with me, subscribe, like, share. If you guys have any more questions concerning my incarceration, concerning the passing of my sister, feel free to ask questions. If you have any topics that you guys want to discuss, feel free to put them in the comment section. I'm extremely grateful to be here today. I feel like God has simply put me on a 180. I'm not going to say a 360, just because I feel like he's not done with me yet, and I know that he's still cultivating and brewing something magnificent on the inside of me, and I want to continue to be used of him however he sees fit. And I honestly think that with me sharing my testimony and sharing my story and other things that I feel like we need to hear in this generation, I know that we'll be able to come together as a unit and really set a fire to the enemy's destruction that he is trying to take us out at a young age. This generation is simply under attack, and it is a lot of things that are occurring right now that if we just come together and just pray, like come together and get therapy, release, I feel like we will really cultivate something that's going to be dynamic, and we will set precedents for the other generations to come. I literally, I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not going to make this video long because it's the first video, and I thank you guys for tuning in. This journey is going to be incredible. Stay tuned. Stay tapped in with God. We're going to be doing different things to dive into the Word, because I know when I first started my journey on getting my relationship back together with God, that some things in the Bible were just not clicking for me. So I needed to like really study harder and also seek counsel from someone who could explain it to me better. So this is going to be that, like, we're literally going to tap in and dive in. You guys are my revivers, and I thank you guys so much for tuning into this first episode. Look forward for the next episode. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.